Hello, dear friends. Welcome once again to the International Fab Talk Show. My dear friends, it's a honor and a pleasure to be with you, connected every single day. And guess who is with us today? A beautiful celebrity with a beautiful mind, lots of wisdom and practicality, is out here to share his views on life and profession, to inspire you on your journey on how you could also continue in your journey to make a great career and to serve the world and to serve the universe. Dear friends, I'd like to invite today on this platform Dr. Wilkins N. Muhingi from Kenya, East Africa. Welcome, sir. Thank you for accepting the invite. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Dear friends, it's really a pleasure to have ourselves connected with all corners of the world. And really, we are so pleased to have Dr. Wilkins N. Muhingi from Kenya, East Africa, to be with us. The day he accepted our invite was a day of joy for International Fab Talks. Dear sir, thank you very much. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Dear sir, with your permission, I'd like to introduce you in an official way. May I take the privilege of introducing you in an official way?
Yes, please, you can do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Dear friends, I'd like to introduce our guest in an official way. Let's get to know who is Dr. Wilson N. Muhingi and what does he do and how does he serve the society? Yes, friends, let's go ahead. Yes, friends. Dr. Wilkins N. Muhingi is a medical social worker, a medical social work lecturer. Let me correct myself. He is a medical social work lecturer and examination coordinator at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology in the College of Health Sciences, School of Medicine and Department of Rehabilitative Sciences in Kenya, Africa. He previously served as the Deputy Director of Postgraduate Studies and Research and a lecturer at Pan Africa Christian University in Kenya in the Department of Community Development from 2018 to June 2023. He has also served on various university committees, including the Institutional Scientific Ethical Review Committee, Research Committee, and Senate Policy Committee. Apart from that, our dear guest, our celebrity, holds a PhD in social work from the Catholic University of Eastern Africa, an MSc in social work, and a BSc, of course, in social work that has connected him right through up the ladder. And here he is with us to share the stage and share his views. And healthcare, medical social work, both from St. Elizabeth University, Slovak Republic, Bratislava. Dr. Muhingi also serves as a reviewer for various reputable journals and an editorial board member, and as an editorial board member and as authored. I was just messed up a little there. I just get that right, my friends, for all of you and for me too, because it's so a good feeling to know that somebody has so many feathers in his cap. It's really wonderful, sir. You're one of those people who have given a lot to the educational sector and a lot to social service. That's really nice. I repeat myself, friends, here, Dr. Muhingi also serves as a reviewer for various reputable journals and an editorial board member, and as well as authored a number of articles in various reputable high-impact factor international peer-reviewed journals. His publications have attracted wide readership and citations over the years, all found on the web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar, and ResearchGate. Wonderful, friends. That's so brilliant and so nice of sir to have so many credits to his profile. He has presented several papers at international conferences on various topics, locally and internationally. Imagine, in different countries, not only in Africa, not only in Kenya and Africa. Apart from that, across the world, sir has spread his wings and is flying high and enabling others to reach where he has reached. It is in Kenya, Spain, Namibia, Hong Kong, Canada, Tanzania, China, South Africa, and Rwanda. That's really beautiful. He has an accomplished researcher who has served as a principal investigator and received accolades in 2019, 2021, and 2022 in research, and the list goes on. Dr. Muhingi has received research and publication training organized by the University of Washington. And dear friends, University of Nairobi, University of Malawi College of Medicine, and as well St. Paul's University, courtesy of ACE, PHEM, and RTCI. He is able to mentor and guide students and early scholars in the same. What all he has achieved is guiding other students and being a great mentor to all of them. Dr. Muhingi represented the IFSW during the first UN Habitat Assembly in Nairobi in the year 2019. He is an active member of the Kenya Psychiatric Association. That's beautiful, so brilliant. Kenya Medical Social Workers Association and the Association of Social Work Educators in Kenya. Dr. Muhingi is a member of the Association for Schools of Social Work in Africa and the International Association of Schools of Social Work. He has also a keen interest in health, education, development, mentorship, and of course, guiding the youngsters, and of course, guiding us today on the International Fab Talks. Dear sir, we welcome you to this beautiful session. Thanks for accepting our invite.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. My dear friends, so many feathers, so many achievements, yet this celebrity of ours is so down to earth, humble, approachable. So let's get started with the interview and get to know how sir has been accomplishing all of this and how he has reached the professional ladder. Let's get to know and let's learn from sir too. Dear sir, how would you define yourself? Who is the real you?
Thank you very much for that question. It looks like a simple question to answer, but it can also be tricky. But I would define myself first by the name, as you've rightly put it. I'm Dr. Wilkins Ndege Muhingi from Kenya. Kenya is in the part of east part of Africa. So I'm from African continent, and I am a social worker, specifically medical social worker with a bias in psychiatric social work. So that is my area of training. I am an educator. I teach social work. I have also practiced social work, and I am a family person. I have a family. I have children. I have a wife, and yes, I mentor. I'm also a mentor. So other than being a social worker, I'm a mentor. Yes.
Wonderful. A family person, a person on the professional space, a mentor, and above all, a great social worker too, my dear friends. That's really nice. Wonderful, sir. We really like you for who you are. And of course, when you said, I'm a family person, I really like the way you put that. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Dear sir, you've been in the professional space. You are continuing your beautiful journey, inspiring lives, educating others, pulling up others to walk on the right track, making them know the importance of education, social work. How do you manage your stress? In certain cases, we all face some type of a stress. How do you manage your stress, or how do you de-stress from the professional stress, sir?
Thank you very much. Yeah, the professional stresses could be there in the line of teaching and also in the line of general mentoring and practice. One of the ways of managing the stresses is first to accept who I am, and by the fact that I'm a social worker, there is what I believe in, not just by the training, but putting everything into my heart and believing in what social work also is all about. For example, in social work, we believe in competence and of course service. So even when you feel like you are overburdened by a number of things, you know you are out to serve, you are out to challenge social injustices, you are out to respect and help people who are in need. You need to value people and serve them despite the fact that you may be experiencing some challenges here and there. So again, another way of just dealing with the stresses is getting time off and just having self time or relaxing the mind a bit and moving away from the books and the research and the career and just getting some kind of refreshment or refreshing of the mind and the body. Yeah.
Me time, right?
Yes.
Taking out
Yes.
time for all of it and giving some me time. And that is the best way to de-stress. That's what our celebrity says. Wonderful, sir. Very nice. It's really good.
Yeah. Self-care.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How were
Yes.
you when you were a little kid? Were you naughty, mischievous? Because today you are a very, committed person. You're full of mentoring and full of guiding and full of studies. You have so many, educational qualifications to your credit, so many awards and so much of fame that you have. But as a little kid, how were you? Would you like to take us down memory lane?
Thank you very much. Yeah, as a kid, I was not naughty. I was a quiet and cool person. All the way from starting from the very basic level of my education. I was so much involved in poetry in our local language and poetry in English, and I could entertain visitors. My father, having been a teacher, coming with the visitors, I could entertain them with some poetry work. Some of which, some lines I remember up to now. And again, having very good support with my parents and my grandparents. Again, they took me through various values directly by way of talking to me and sometimes indirectly by way of action and how they did whatever they did. Yes, so that kind of helped me to strengthen the various values and to build me up. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's not only through words, but it's also through deeds. Your parents were great examples. Very nice. And so you said you entertain all the guests that came home, or every now and then as a little kid, you recited certain poems. Would you like to share one or two with us today? You said, I remember them even now. Would you like to share one or two?
Yes, one is in Swahili, the one that I remember very clearly. I may not remember all the lines, but it was saying, mwalimu wetu tafadhali shika usukani, tufunze vizuri ili tumakinike, which means our teacher kindly take over and guide us in a nice way so that we may be able to grasp whatever you are taking us through and we may grow and mature and be responsible. Yes.
Beautiful. Very nice.
Thank
so
you.
Sweet. That's really nice.
Yes.
It's going sinking inside deep. Wonderful. Sir. Beautiful.
Yes.
Dear sir, you are an inspiration. When I read your profile, when I connected with you, there was something very practical about you. Yes, I want to create a space in this world for myself and for the younger generation. I'd like to help and guide students. I'd like to do the same what I've been doing all my life, coaching, mentoring, and, into social work and all of that. So many of the students or your clients and all of us across the world, we look up to you as an inspiration. And to me personally, I was just reading that and then, excuse me for that.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed with your profile. Now, I would like to ask you, who is your inspiration?
Thank you very much. My inspiration, I could put it differently. First, as I said, having lived with my grandparents and really where I come from, children who have lived with grandparents did not perform very well because they are pampered. The way they are taken care of is not maybe with tough love like parents would do. So one of my inspiration is that now that I had interacted with them, sometimes lived with them, and they kept on talking about them not being the reason why I don't make it in life. And then again, also, they kept on reminding me there would be a time when they will not be there, when I will have to stand on my own. And then again, having also been very religious and through religion, giving me a lot of hope. My parents, the same, also having been teachers, having known the value of education. My father insisted so much on education, and that by itself has been a motivation. And then the kind of support through the family and in terms of school fees and paying and just ensuring that we go to not very good school, but what they were able to afford. That has been an inspiration. And then the other thing is also problems also inspire, because I didn't live very soft life. I have also lacked school fees. I've also lacked food, and I didn't look at it from a negative point of view. I looked at it as something to learn from, so that I can also help other people who are in such problems. And I really appreciate that now I got into social work, which whose mission is to help those who are less fortunate, the oppressed, the marginalized, the discriminated, vulnerable. So it's something that I came into later and resonated with very, very well. And also the community where we lived in, it was a community that really took care of other people who are in need. For example, if there's someone has lost a loved one, we would be given food and take to them, and just share that food with the people who have come in to condone with or console, or maybe just say sorry to the family that has lost a loved one. Yeah, but generally family support has played a key role, and then the few people within the family also who had excelled in academia. And then now what I came in later to resonate with in the line of social work. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, sir. I really like it. You said, like, I resonate with the problems that others face, and I'm very
Yes.
out there to help them. I've been through it, but I would like others not to go through it. I want to serve them. That's really
Yes.
nice. And problems also are an inspiration, making us change, wanting to fight back, overcome problems. That's really nice. And your grandparents, and they said, yeah, one day we may not be there, but you have to continue your journey. And so they were an inspiration, your family members. That's really nice to belong to a community, to take care of others. Wonderful, so beautiful. I really like when you were explaining all of that, I was creating a mental picture, a visual picture in my mind. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Dear sir, do you read books? And if yes, your favorite book? The name of your favorite book?
Well, I've read many books, very many books. But the book that I have read, well, two books that I remember that kind of inspired me. One is Inspire Before You Expire. I hope I'm getting the title well. Inspire Before You Expire. Then the other one was The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. And there's someone who was a lawyer and was so much committed into his work and so on. And within that story, there's a story. There's a story within a story which talks about a number of elements which are about our life. One of which was our mind, what you put in your mind, how you take care of your mind. And that really inspired me. The other one is about a clock. I may not remember every bit by bit because I read it quite some time, and I've taken time before going back to it. But there's a part that it talks about that. So the book of The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, I think, is by Robin Sharma. And then Inspire Before You Expire. Those are books that have really helped me. In fact, there's a part where it talks about teachers, the teachers who demonstrate, that concept of helping people beyond, and in the line of training and educating the area where I am. Yeah, so to be an inspiration.
Wonderful. I like this. Inspire before you expire, right? Yes, that's wonderful. Really, it's very nice. And it gives us deep thought as to why we are alive in this world. We are alive to be inspirations to others.
And it connects even with what my grandparents did. And you can see how that background and always it kept on catching up with me, and I kept on reflecting. So it tells me even what children are exposed to, what children are taken through. In a way, if you look at it maybe from a theoretical perspective, it's kept somewhere in their subconscious mind, and it comes back later. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing. Definitely, if you could get a chance, we'll definitely lay our hands on those beautiful books which you've shared with us. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
you're
Dear
welcome.
sir, yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Dear sir, you are into the social work, the social arena, creating awareness, guiding others, picking up them from the lowest and putting them on the right track with food, with mentorship. How would you want to be remembered in this world? And why should people remember you?
Thank you very much. That reminds me of another book I read, which is said it's titled "Who Will Cry When You Die," and it has so many other stories, and so that is a very good question. Uh, what I would like to be remembered for is the number of people I've helped and supported, or a number of people I've been able to inspire and even mentor. And of course, some of the things I've done maybe for the community, for the country. And well, I would say there are quite a number of things I've done, but those that are coming out so clearly are from my area of social work. Of course, there are others within, other than social work, but in the area of teaching. And there are many students I've taught, I've mentored, who have really come up, and I've met others who are even working, and I feel happy when I meet them and they recognize and appreciate that I taught them, and they are now working. Yeah, so especially in the line of social work, I have really contributed a lot in the area of medical social work, establishment of medical social work. Not singly, of course, there are other people, but considering from where I sit, I've played a key role in helping establishing the medical social work programs in Kenya. Medical social work is not very common in Africa. I know in Botswana, Nigeria, yes, we have it, but in Kenya, I've played a key role, and I'm part of. If history was to be written later, that is something I would really wish to be remembered for. Of course, I may not write about it myself, but either my students or someone who may want to take it up and maybe just stress what it is I've done for social work in general, but specifically medical social work area. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, sir. That's really so nice. I will not write it, but if somebody writes about it, it would be nice. In that way, I'd like to be remembered. I wouldn't want to praise myself. If others have seen my hard work and my perception, and consistency in helping the medical social field, or in social work, or in academics, it could be history, and it should be in some of the history books. That's really nice. A beautiful
Yes.
way. Wonderful,
Yes.
sir. Very nice.
Thank
Dear sir, when you are in the profession, your professional space, do you ever get holidays? Because social work is 24/7, 365 days, as far as I know. So do you ever
Yeah.
get some holidays out?
Well, I would say I get holidays, but not like a holiday of taking a long time. But if it is a holiday, maybe from teaching, but somehow I would find myself engaging in social work related activities. So I would really say, in from a social work perspective, I don't really say, I can't really say that I get a holiday. But now from certain specific areas, like when it comes to teaching, yes, because it's also a requirement. Legally, we are given a leave from work, but specifically on the areas, on activities in line with social work, as you put it, it's something you cannot run away with. You cannot run away from. Somehow you'll find yourself always getting back to, or somehow engaging in social work related initiatives or activities.
Great, great, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have you ever been to any holiday destination? Like you've been a part and parcel of the social work that you're doing and everything. In spite of that, have you been able to take off a few days and go on a favorite holiday destination? If it is yes, which place? Or if it is no, where would you like to go if you get a chance?
Uh, yeah, that's an interesting question. I would talk about a place, but to other people, it may not look like it's a very nice place. Well, the best place I go, I know many people may not consider as a holiday place, and it will sound foolish or funny, is my home. When I go to my home and I just walk around and remember my childhood and what I used to do, I find it very fulfilling. But outside my home, outside my country, I've visited places in Tanzania, I've visited places in Rwanda, I've visited places in Uganda. Yeah, but I would wish to explore many places. Well, it's not a holiday, but I'm wishing that next year I'll be visiting Panama. I've had good stories about it. I've never been there, well, I would maybe explore more places. Yes.
Wonderful. That's really nice.
Yeah.
To, not only love your own country, love your own home, but also
Yeah.
give time to visiting and traveling other and viewing other places, meeting new people, expanding social work at a larger level. Yes, that's very nice. Beautiful, sir. Dear, so the next question coming up. What is that one thing, that one quality within you that you like? This is me. And this is the quality I have identified within me. And I love myself because I am this. What is that one quality?
Because you are asking one, I wanted to give two, but let me
Most
give one.
welcome. Most welcome. You could share.
If I was to give two, then I would change my name to Patience Hard Work.
Whoa, really?
Yes, Patience to me has really worked miracles and has really propelled me because I'm very patient and I'm able to wait and get focused on what I'm doing, and at the end of it, I get what it is or what I would like done. So patience has really helped me, and then hard work in the sense that still going back to how I was brought up, like my grandfather believed in hard work. He didn't believe in just sitting and waiting for things to be done for you, but you working and going for them. Because he used to talk about even his friends. The friend, there's a friend who was nicknamed that it should be done for me, and so he was just moving from one family to another, looking for what is ready so that he can be given either to go and use at his home or eat at someone's or a place he has visited. So hard work and patience to me, they are very, very critical.
Wonderful. Thank you. I asked for one, but you gave me two, and they are takeaways for me and our audience as well. My dear friends, patience is the mother of virtue. Am I right? No, patience is the mother of virtue. All of your things, just be patient. The right time will come. And of course, don't forget to do hard work. It will lead you there. Wonderful, sir. Very nice. Dear sir, what if you win a big lottery? How would you use it for the social services that you are? Say you have won a big jackpot. Now, how are you going to use it? Like, in what way?
Thank you very much. Well, there are various ways I would use it, but it could be a bias because I'm in social work. I could do something for vulnerable or less fortunate because my heart is so much on children. I know there are other groups, but maybe just for children, I would do something for children, depending on how much or what lottery it is. Yes.
So, any dream projects you have, sir, for the future?
Okay, let me get right. The word is dream because they are not yet actualized, but because I've engaged in research, I would wish to do more in research and do more in publication, especially in the area of social work, writing books, as I do training. So if I get an opportunity to do as many books as possible, I have the information, that is something I would really like to do because it's an area we are struggling, especially in Africa, in Kenya. And it's very costly to do books and do publication. That's something that is close to my heart. Yeah.
Wonderful, sir. Yeah, that's really nice. So, in social work, like if somebody wants to be into the social work, what should they do, sir?
To be in social work, there are many ways to it, but the first one is to want to be in social work. I don't know whether I'm answering or I'm complicating, but the one thing to be a social worker comes first before you train. Because you see, social work, maybe if I go to the definition, which I believe in, which I know we keep on changing, is it's practice based. And you cannot practice what you don't believe in. You cannot practice what you don't like. So if it is practice-based, then you need first to want to be able to do. And going by, again, like I said, maybe like if you look at the core value of service, so you need to be willing to be out there to give service or to offer services. So it's very important first for someone to make that decision, and then training is also something else you can do. But in Africa, I see we start our training at the mostly at diploma level. Certificate, not very much, but mostly at diploma level, then degree, master's, PhD onwards, maybe postgraduates also they are there. So training is very important. I have met many people who are doing social work, but they don't do it in a nice way because of lacking the training. I've met social workers who have started by practicing social work, and then later on they realize training is important. Yeah, so they realize you cannot sail without, or within the profession and in terms of offering services without having the knowledge. Yeah, so that's something someone can consider. So the willingness, having the heart of helping, and then also getting the skills and the knowledge, and also, of course, the heart is about the values and ethics around it, which is also captured within the common base of social work: skills, values, and knowledge. Yes.
Wonderful. That's really nice. Training also is very important in social work, right?
Yes.
Apart from your studies, you should also get some training, and both go hand in hand. Passion, perseverance, and consistency. Wonderful. Dear sir, that's really nice. Do you have friends in the social work that you do? Are there people who help you and go together as you are in the community, you say, or the different committees that you are into? Would you like to name any of your friends who've been a source of support to you in your mission?
In social work, locally or internationally?
Both. Both.
Okay, there are many social workers I can name, but I would specifically, well, that's a very tricky question because there are others I may forget to mention, yet they are very important. But I will start by those in practice. I can talk about in someone who has practiced and someone also who has also taught, Professor Anne Obondo, University of Nairobi. There's also Teresia Mutavi, University of Nairobi. These are people who have practiced social work and also trained and even launched programs in the area of education. Kennedy Onyiko, Violet Simiyu, doctor, all of them I'm mentioning, those are doctors in social work. Timothy Osiru. And then I have my students that I can hardly think of. I've even mentored them and even done research with them. Edwin, Jeremiah. We have Mike Waweru, who is doing a lot of social work in Kenya. That one cannot go unmentioned. There's Charles Mbugwa, who is in charge of a representative in the UN Habitat. And then, of course, hey, there are many names, including myself.
Oh, sweet. That's brilliant. Including myself. I am my best friend.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
nice.
Thank you. But there are many I would have mentioned more than that. But those are the ones who, but internationally, I could also mention, well, in Kenya, I also forgot someone who has written a lot in social work, Professor now, Wairire Jidraf, and who has also been a president of Association of Schools of Social Work in Africa. And then within Africa, there are key people like an Association of Social Work, Schools of Social Work, Professor Shahana. We have Jogman, who is the current president. We have well, I can't remember all of them, but Twikirize Genestic of Makerere has also done a lot of writing in social work. A professor at Makerere, Susan Mushiri, Burundi. There are so many I can name. And then in beyond Africa, we have Dr. Sakti Prabha. We have Habiba Rahman. I have a friend Kim. Kim. It's a Korean name. The other one is tough, and many other others around the globe. Yeah, so I may not mention all of them, but
Wonderful.
I know many social workers even in Europe. And finally, there is Tammy Meroz, the daughter of one of those who started social work in Kenya from Israel. This is someone I cannot go without mentioning. And lastly, someone also who has done a lot for social work in Kenya and unnoticed again in the area of children, Mr. Sanganyi, Noah Sanganyi. And he has even worked a lot on the Children's Act, the current one, with many other people in the team. Yes, and then of course, there are many others locally who are working on legislating social work in Kenya. I may not mention all of them, but there's a big team also working on that. Those are people, if I was to mention by name, I would consider to talk about. And then in the area of medical social work, Mary Shege, Tom Kangere, among others. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. You have a list of so many friends you have. You're very lucky.
Yes.
I think you're the only celebrity. I've been like interviewing more than 150 celebrities, and you've given me the largest number of friends that you're connected with. That's really nice. And I was like going on and on. Yes, how many more? Yes. And you mentioned as many as you could. And then you say, yes, I still have many more to share. That's really nice. Not only within Kenya, even across the borders. That's really nice. Across the world, very nice, beautiful. And we wish you network with everyone, because you're into that beautiful zone of social work, where you have to spread your knowledge and passion with others and join together to make the universe a better place. Wonderful.
Yeah, actually, it's very difficult to succeed in social work without networking. And generally, even if not in social work, social capital is the way to go. You never know when you'll need someone, whether for the good or when you're in trouble. Social network is very, very important.
Very true. Very nice.
Yes.
Hey, dear friends, all of you out there, do not be an introvert. Start connecting with everyone. You never know who you will inspire. You never know who you will help, or you will never even know whose help you would take in return. So be connected, socialize. Yes, and such be great people. We have a wonderful celebrity today sharing everything, his intellect, his knowledge, his passion, and of course, lots of wisdom. Dear sir, the next question, your favorite proverb or your favorite quotation that always inspires you. Maybe your grandparents would have given you a beautiful quotation, or you yourself might have searched for anything like that. Like, do you have anything on mind?
Well, it has come unexpected, but I would give one
language. Pardon?
Yes, I would go for one that really pushes me, and every time I just find it coming. It's a Swahili saying of tenda mema nenda zako. That means just do good. You never know, whoever you are doing good, just do good and go your way. Don't wait for a thank you from anyone. People will not thank you anyway, but just do good and go your way. But my grandmother had something she believed in, which also she kept on sharing with us and insisting on. Well, in a local language, meaning that it's better to keep quiet, not to mean that you cannot speak about things, but you would rather keep quiet about something than cause problems through your speaking. So don't be quick to speak. Be slow. Before you speak, you think about. So you don't just say everything you think, but you think about what you say. Yeah, and she participated together with my father in writing a book, which was named Bury My Bones, but Keep My Words. That's why I'm keeping her words. And as much as we buried her bones. Thank you.
How nice. So beautiful. Very nice. And this is a beautiful one, sir. Do not speak before thinking. So think and then speak. That will help you a lot. Very nice.
Yeah.
And so this is a takeaway for me. And another takeaway from you, sir, is on this platform, you've said, just let me get myself right, when you help others, don't even expect a thank you. I usually do that. I have this thing in me. Yeah, I have helped them. At least they can say thank you. I have this. But today, you have shared something in your local language, which you've explained in English. You help others. Don't even expect a thank you. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So
That's
just
why
do your work.
Wonderful. Yes. Tenda mema, nenda zako. Do good and go your way.
Wonderful. Do good and go your way. That's what I'm going to follow now from today. Not even expect a thank you, not even a smile. Just do good and walk your way, your path. Yes. Thank you very much, sir, for sharing. Very nice. Dear
You're
sir,
welcome. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dear sir, till today, you've been accomplishing so many things. You've been in different places, different zones, so many research papers, national, internationally, you've been giving your work and time, concentrating on different aspects regarding social work, teaching, etc. Dear sir, your proudest accomplishment. Yeah, this is what I've done and I'm proud of it. What is it that you felt proud? Wow, this is what I've done. It makes me feel good on top of the world.
Yeah. Well, there are many things I've done about social work, but as I said, having participated in together with others as a team, because I don't want to take credit alone, having participated in re-establishing medical social work in Kenya, which had been established in 1983, between 82, 83, around there. And then it disappeared. And then I came to be part of the team that restarted it at Kenya Medical Training College in Kenya, which is training in medical social work at diploma level, where I am currently Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Again, I am actually the inaugural program coordinator. So my participation and contribution to medical social work, to me, that is really something that I feel good about. Whether appreciated or not, it's something that I really feel good about. The other one is on legislation. I have been in a team taking part in legislating social work so that social work is regulated and legislated in Kenya. So that is also something else that is very good. So those two, I don't know now how to choose which one, but if I was to put one first, is the participation in establishing medical social work, because I'm part of the history of social work, but specifically in medical social work. Yes.
Great, great, sir. That's really nice. Could you just elaborate a little more as to what is this medical social work, sir, to make it a little more clear for all our virtual audience and our guests? What happens and how do you connect with the people and what are the services that you offer?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, medical social work is a branch of social work. Social work in general, social workers can work in many places. So social workers can work in schools, can work in prisons, correctional social work, school social work. They can work international social work. They can work with the environment, people, or with a bias on environment, green social work. They can work with fisher folks, blue social work. Social workers also can work in the police, in the military. Social workers have many places where they work, and also child protection. But of course, in Kenya, most social workers work in child protection, like children's services. There is a whole directorate. It used to be a department. It's a directorate, state directorate. And then we have medical social work is also well established, and it's growing very fast in Kenya. So being a branch of social work, medical social work, these are social workers who work in a health setting. It may not necessarily be a hospital, although in Kenya, most of them are working in hospitals, but medical social workers work in hospitals and also other health settings. They can work in special schools or any other area dealing with mental health. So in not being so specific on the definition, I would say medical social work is a branch of social work that has a responsible relationship with public health and medicine. That means these are people who relate with people in the public health area and then in medicine. So they help to serve populations that are affected by either illnesses in any health setting. So like in Kenya, as I said, mostly we have medical social workers working at level 5 and a few at level 4. We are still in the progress. And then the others at level 6, because Kenya healthcare is arranged in various levels, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Level 1 is at the very local level. And then of course, level 2, it could be at a sub-county level, and then level 3, then level 4. So level 5 is initially it used to be provincial level, but now it's a county level. And then level 6 is a referral teaching facility or hospital. So that's where medical social workers work. And the biggest, or what medical social workers do is to deal with social issues that affect patients. Well, in most cases in social work, we in Kenya, we refer to them as clients. So we take history, we do assessment generally, and we use a model called biopsychosocial model. So we deal with biological issues, which are physical, like the illness of the body. Then we deal with the psychological issues that may be affecting even the healing. Then we deal with the social issues, which may be causing the psychological problems. So it's like a holistic way of dealing with a client, unlike maybe just looking at a patient in a general way. And it is a profession specialization that was introduced by people in medicine and mostly psychiatrists. The likes of Richard Cabot and Ida Cannon, not to go so much into the history, but basically medical social workers are like bridges. I don't know if you know the idea of bridge. A bridge taking you from one side of the river to the other side. So they link clients through resources. They link the hospital, the community. They link the community to the hospital, and so on. But basically, or in most cases, they rely on the assessment. They do thorough assessment of the family, the siblings, the parents, the resources, because we use the practice as a strength-based approach to see which strength does this patient or client have, which weaknesses are there, but mostly we bank on the strength, whether they are psychological, whether they are material, and we help the clients or patients like that. So there are a lot. I'm just trying to summarize what social workers do. Yeah, thank
That's
you.
really nice. Great assessment,
Yes.
becoming that bridge between the hospital and the communities, and seeing that everyone are getting access to what is needed to be, given to them. That's really nice, especially children, the physiological part, the psychological part about healing, how the
Yes.
psychological part affects healing and all of that. That's really very nice. Beautiful, sir.
Yeah. And well, I believe there is no health without social work, because even in the definition of in the definition of health, it talks about the complete state of physical, social, and mental well-being, not merely the absence of infirmity or injury. So someone may not look like they don't have an injury, but they are not well. So the social bit is part of health. So medical social work comes in like that, and all social work is health work. Yes.
Beautiful, brilliant, sir. Really very nice. Hats off to you for that. That social part, that you look outside, okay, but then something's missing. You have to really be connected. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's beautiful, sir. You are doing great work, all of you, and we are connected with you. And definitely we could create a beautiful space on this earth for everybody. Wonderful.
Yes. Thank you.
Dear sir, how many languages could you converse in?
The ones I'm very confident in and fluent, one is English, then Swahili, which is a local language in Kenya and East Africa. French, I can read because I did it for 2 weeks. So I'm able to read a few things, and if I listen, I may not be able to speak fluently, but I can get a word or two. So I'm not completely green in French. And then Italian also, because it's related to French, but those ones I am not very confident to speak. But that's something I'm working on. Yes, but English and the local language Kiswahili, those ones I'm okay.
Could I put in a request? Would you
Yes.
oblige to sing a song for us in any of these languages?
Which ones? English or Kiswahili?
Any language you're comfortable. A nice song. Which you're
Nice
comfortable.
song. Now,
Maybe English or maybe your local language.
I don't know whether if I sing my national anthem, that will be so simplistic, or that could be.
Actually, for the national anthem, you have to stand up, right, sir?
Yes, but you will not see me in the video.
Yes, yes. We can go off the video and you could sing. We'll stand up.
Or I speak. I can sing in my mother tongue. By the way, mother tongue would.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, please.
Well, I'll sing this song. The song is sung when you are telling stories, and all these things I got from my grandparents. Yeah, so the song is sung during a storytelling, but its work is to alert someone who is treating young people. That's why I also take care of and mentor others. If you treat someone else badly, if they are bad people, they can revenge. So the song goes like this. Ndiegu is someone who was very mean. So it says, Ndiegu yajia kusuma, yima mwana, no mwana yajia kusuma, yima Ndiegu, Ndiegu baba, ukalirangagu. Zunu, zunu, zunu. So what it means is, and we usually do this with our hands like this, so that there are many people putting on top like that, like that, like that. So then when you sing, you say Ndiegu yajia kusuma, ima mwana, no mwana yajia kusuma, ima Ndiegu, Ndiegu baba, ukalirangagu. Zunu, zunu, zunu. So that what it means is, if you go work like that person called Ndiegu did, went and worked, did not share with the children. Then the children, they became of age, they went and worked. They did not give Ndiegu. So Ndiegu lost because, you see, having taken care of the children, yes, but denying them this, what he got, then they also revenged by denying him. So it's like he lost it. Zunu, 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 zunu. Yeah, so that is the the song.
Thank you.
So it's teaching us that, yes, it may not just be about your children, but it could be how you treat other people. Like people talk about offices, or sometimes you have an opportunity and then you don't regard others as good or dignified. You treat them badly. So when they get there, then things might change. So you have to be careful how you do things. So that is a song that is very good and common when you're telling stories to children around fire in the evening.
How nice. Yes. Thank you so much for that beautiful song. Very nice. And I like the actions and everything. It was really very nice.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for obliging.
You're welcome.
Dear sir, you'd like to give a message to all the younger generation out there as to what they have to do with their lives and how they could, no matter which profession you are, you still have to be on this arena or that space of social work. Do your bit professionally, but socially also come out and share your time with the world, serve the world and the needy. Would you like to give a message?
Yes, my message to the young people maybe could be guided by what I believe in and what I value. Like when you asked, I talked about patience and hard work. Many young people, or some young people, may not be willing to spend much time or to work hard and until they achieve something, or they may not be patient to wait. So that is an area I would say it's important to be keen and be able to
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Lovely message you're leaving for us today, sir. Not only to hone our skills, to be, accomplished not in one area, but in many areas, diversify your expertise, diversify your skills, learn from adults, help others. In a way, you will get back help in unknown ways. If you help others, you're helping yourself also. That's really nice. All of these beautiful things out there. And I like this. Never give up on learning from adults. Never give up on learning at every given moment. And that is really very nice. Excellent, sir. Dear sir, yes, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Dear sir, if the universe or the Almighty gave you a special boon or a superpower, what would you select? What would you ask from the Lord that this is the superpower I require? Is there anything like that?
I don't know. A tough one, but I don't know whether if I say knowledge, not knowledge, wisdom, if that would be a good answer to your question. But there's nothing as good as wisdom, because with wisdom you can navigate, you can deal with people, you can know what to do when. Of course, they are related with the knowledge. Of course, knowledge is now the information, but wisdom, being able to make judgments, because even just making decisions in life and so on. So if there's something, I don't know whether it's answering your question, but for me, wisdom it's very critical.
Wonderful. It's really very nice, sir. It's a superpower. Having wisdom, making the right judgments. Many of us don't do that. Yeah. We are not able to make proper decisions. So asking the Almighty or asking the universe to, bless us with this superpower of having good wisdom.
Yes.
That's really nice. Very nice. I really like the answer. And it's like food for thought. You really should have that knowledge when to make the right decision, the appropriate decisions in your life. You will not get it from books. It's all through experience, and that is the inner core that will rise up to us. That's really nice. Wonderful. Dear sir, I may take another 10 minutes from you if you permit me, sir.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yes.
Yes, please. Okay, just last two questions and we'll be done with that. So, what are the changes that you see in the next 50 years with regard to social work, the medical social field in the next 50 years? How do you visualize that?
Well, hoping I'm getting it right, but the direction I'm seeing us going is the area of specialization, although there are some social workers who are opposed to that, but I see we may not have any way of controlling, because in general, from my experience, from my country and other few where I have knowledge I have, is that social workers train and then they are not able to identify a niche or where they can be relevant. So it's like they look like they know everything. And when I look at social work, because I've done a lot of studies, it's so diverse. Even medical social work, by the way, it's so diverse, because we talk about psychiatric social work, nutritional social work, oncological social work, nephrological social work. They are so diverse within. So when we talk about specialization, for me, that is the way to go, because you cannot be everything. So you must have an area where you have interest. Because even for me, as I say, I am a social worker, I am a medical social worker, I'm a psychiatric social worker, but I could also have a bias more, maybe child psychiatric social work. So it keeps on refining and refining. So specialization is what I think would be the way to go for social work and social workers who are getting in to survive. Even if they start wide and then now they narrow down and they specialize and they run with that area, specialization in the next coming years would be the way to go, according to how I think.
Wonderful. Specializing, I like that. Specializing in a certain sector, in a certain field. So specialization makes you more unique, more clarity as to which area you want to work for. It could be medical, it could be, in different ways, as you say. Yeah, specialization is really important. Wonderful, sir. Your idea of a beautiful day in one word, a perfect day in one word.
I don't know whether I've got the question. A perfect day in one word.
Yes, only in one word. How do you think, or your idea of a beautiful day in one word? How should a beautiful day be in one word?
I could use the word calm.
Wow.
C-A-L-M, calm.
Yeah, C-A-L-M, calm. I guess maybe calm, quiet, peaceful. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, very calm and very, being composed. That's really nice. No fights, no arguments, full of peace. Wonderful. Dear sir, are you a good cook? Yes or no?
Yes, I cook nicely, but not every meal. But our local meal, it's called ugali. It's a mixture of flour. It could be maize, it could be millet, flour, and water. And of course, you boil the water nicely, and then now you put in the flour and mix it nicely, slowly by slowly. Yes, that is something I can cook very nicely, because that is what I was taught by my grandparents. So that one I do very nicely.
Wonderful. Yeah. So if at all we ever visit East Africa, we visit Kenya, definitely I would love to taste it.
You're welcome.
I mean, by you preparing it with your preparation, I know. Yes. I would love to taste that. That's really nice. So are you an early bird or a night owl?
Oh, I'm a night person. In the morning, I struggle to wake up, but I can work up to very late and be very productive. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Me too. I find it difficult in the morning, and I'm a night owl. Yes.
Yeah.
Dear sir, we have one last question for you. Would you like to spend some time on a beach with the family, or take your family to the forest and view all the, the natural surroundings over there with the birds and animals? Where would you like to be with your family?
Well, I've never been to Maldives, but if it's a place I could visit, it could be interesting. Yeah.
Oh, great. That's really nice. One last question and we are done, sir. Thank you for your time. My dear friends, we've been having a beautiful experience and getting to know about medical social work, getting to know how to become a great social worker across the world. It is not just education. It's not only passion, training, passion, qualification, and dedication. That's what our guest has all being through and has experienced it and is helping others to get that, walk on that path of creating social awareness, not only in your own countries, but across the world. Dear sir, we know that there are 3 magical words. Please, sorry, and thank you. Yes, across the world, we use this please, sorry, and thank you, and they are considered to be magical words. Before we relieve our guest and say thanks to you and end the session today, we'd like to request you to add on 3 more magical words, to the list of please, sorry, and thank you, such that we could, concentrate on those words. It could be love, compassion. I guess I have the words that you're going to share, as you've already shared it in the initial stages of the interview.
So you want me to add one, or how many?
3.
Kindly.
Yes.
So you said please, thank you, and
please, sorry, and thank you is worldwide. All our elders will always ask us, when you're communicating with others, make use of these 3 words, magical words, please, sorry, and thank you. You will survive. Now, apart from these, any other 3 words, positive words, which could create magic in our lives? Compassion, love, patience, hard work. Anything from your side? It's a tough question.
It's a tough one, but I think kindly is almost going with please, but yes, kindly, it's another good word. Instead of maybe using patience, you can talk about wait. Wait is, I think it's a good word, wait.
Wait for
because
your time.
Wait, yes, wait, yeah. And then, so I've said kindly, wait, excuse me is also common. Excuse
me. No worries.
Yes, but I know it's part of those common ones. So excuse me, I've added 3. Excuse me, kindly, and wait.
Wait. That's nice. Yes. Wait for the right time. Be kind enough, and excuse. These are all the things, excuse yourself, forgive yourself, excuse others, have this kindly act of helping others, reaching out. That's really nice. So it was really a beautiful session. We'd love to have you on many more sessions on the International Fab Talk. We love to visit Kenya and East Africa. We'd love to have your presence and, across the world. We'd love to see you rise higher and spread your wings in the field of social work. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dear friends, we had a beautiful time getting to know our guest today, all the way from Kenya, East Africa. Dear friends, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us. And of course, before we end, we'll once again thank our guest, because he's taken all the time out in spite of having a busy schedule. He's given time to the International Fab Talks. So thank you very much. Thanks.